Hello, and welcome to my shop. Today we're doing something a little bit different, but kind of the same. These are 3 books that I have found really useful in my journey of starting this hobby, starting terrain building, starting kit bashing, and also just becoming kind of a maker and someone who thinks about that and spends a lot of time doing that. So these are 3 books that were really helpful for me during that time, and they still are. They're not really like textbooks, like this is how you do things, this is how you use green stuff, this is how you sculpt. It's more of how I did this, how I think about it, stuff like that. To buy any of the books from this video, go down in the description, they'll be right there. Okay, the first book is, can I set it up? There we go. On Quality by Robert Pirsig. Now this is the guy that everyone knows for writing Zen the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance and yada yada yada, but anyone who tells you that that book is like easy to read or easy to understand is actually just, they're lying to you, dude, because it is so utterly confusing. It's a twisting, turning narrative that doesn't really explain much, and in the end I left being more confused than I was before. So this is what I would actually recommend more than that book. On Quality is kind of a compilation of his greatest hits, you could say. It's a long condensation of things from Zen the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, Lila's Child, all of that. It's all kind of squished down into one book that explains it very, very clearly. And it makes so much more sense. I read Zen the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and then I read this about a year afterwards, and this just, it blew my mind. I was so surprised by the impact it had on me, because Zen the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, I was lost. I didn't know what was going on, so this really helped me understand that a lot better. Though, really, it's a book all about kind of what we strive to do as makers. We strive to evoke this visceral experience that's not really logical and it's not really physical. It's kind of somewhere in that area, and that's quality. That's what Pirsig talks about in this book. So really this quality is what we look for in all of our projects. When I look at one of my finished projects and I see it laid out, see it set up, see models on it, I think, is this quality? Is this what we're shooting for? And oftentimes it's no, but oftentimes it's slightly higher quality than just the store-bought version. So that's why we make it. The best artists are really the people who evoke quality the best. They do it the most consistently. They're able to do it almost on command. They have that ability about them. That's what the best makers and artists and musicians do. They all just, they have that. And I think it's a tool you can train. So that's what I'm trying to do, is to be able to train the quality muscle and figure out what it is, figure out where it is, make it a little sore, and hope it grows. Okay, the next book is Every Tool's a Hammer by Adam Savage. This one, honestly, half of why I like it is just for the feel of the book. It's so, it feels like a shop manual. It feels like something that should be in a mechanic shop. It really fits for what Adam Savage is trying to do here. The beauty of this book is how it mixes practicality with philosophy. There are chapters that talk about the philosophy of using screws as opposed to using glue, but not only is it practical advice, but it's also talking about how metaphorical screws can be used in our work. Things that fasten well but can also be removed later. So it's really application of
all this knowledge that Savage has acquired over the years. It's a very, very powerful book, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone here. It's a great one. Pick it up. And our last book is this, Builder's Apprentice. It's not much to look at. This book is a very uncommon one. It's not one that most people have heard of. I found it at a book sale at my local library, picked it up, thought, maybe this will be interesting, and it's very, very good. It's the tale of a corporate worker, very well-paid white-collar job, who quits. He's not finding fulfillment in his occupation. He's not loving what he's doing, and he becomes a carpenter with no experience. He starts working on building houses for these very high-paying customers with this group of other guys. And what he finds is that it's such a fulfilling existence, and it's something that I resonated with as well. It really speaks to the satisfaction that you get from working with your hands, even if it's for someone else. It speaks to the moment when you look back at a project, see the progress that you've made, and just say, wow, I did that. This, it's hard to describe. It's almost like a memoir style, even more so than Every Tool's a Hammer. It's very narrative based, and it takes you through this guy's struggle of the expectations of society for him to succeed in this career, to work this high-paying, very status-driven job, and him struggling with that. He's saying, no, I want to do this more satisfying work. He actually goes back to his former job after a year and has to quit again because he realizes that it's just not cutting it. It's a good one. It's a good read. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please go down below, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and all that good stuff. Yeah, check out these books in the description. You can get them there. Tell me if you like them or if you hate them. Read them if you want, or just don't. It doesn't really matter. Either way, boys. Yeah, check these out. They're not the easiest to read, some of them, but they're worth it. They're thought-provoking, and they'll change the way you think. These really give you a view into kind of my mind, how I make my decisions and do my thinking. So, yeah, check it out. Alright, boys. Have a good one. Later.